For some individuals, life is anything but conventional. Their passions have become an obsession, and their daily routines challenge social taboos with often shocking consequences. Some of their obsessions are familiar, like money.
I got to the stage where I had so much money that, literally, I just didn't know what to do with it.
Everybody that I've spoken to in this business is driven by greed.
Food.
Food is my friend. It's a companion, and it replaces friendship, relationships.
Or sex.
God designed sex. He wants us to have the best sex possible.
When I say people are literally having sex on the hoods of their cars in our church parking lots, that's not an exaggeration, that's a fact.
Others are more bizarre.
Oh! And it's kind of watching you eat itself.
If I was in a place where human baby was on the menu and it was legal, I think I'd have to try it just to say I did it.
But in every case, their obsession has become all-consuming. Tonight, we meet a man determined to rid his neighborhood of prostitution, whatever the cost.
I really thought, this could be the big one. Something could really happen at this point.
A British woman whose obsession with finding a rich husband left her heartbroken and broke.
Monday morning, he got up to go to work, gave me a kiss, and went to work and never come back.
And a Californian man who likes his food so fresh it's not even dead.
If no one was looking, I would reach into that tank and just grab one of those babies and just chow down.
Oklahoma City is the Bible Belt capital of the southern United States. But despite its God-fearing reputation, the city has a prostitution problem.
When I say people are literally having sex on the hoods of their cars in our church parking lots, that's not an exaggeration.
Street prostitutes and the men who use them, known as Johns, are a constant presence in certain neighborhoods.
I'm gonna head out to South Robinson. That's probably the most notorious area in all of Oklahoma for the presence of street prostitutes.
True enough, I'm prostituting. I know it is against the law. Let me be.
In a growing city, it's a growing problem. But one man has decided to take the law into his own hands in a bid to clean up his local neighborhood. This is Brian Bates.
Well, we've got some new girls just showed up, got picked up. They may be new, but they already know all the old standbys where to bring their Johns. You're busted, buddy. Now, don't you just know that guy's night just got really bad? He was sitting there underneath this Oklahoma sky, 70-something degrees, thinking, wow, could life not get any better? He's got him a hooker, he's got him a nice little parking space, and then here comes a video vigilante.
Brian began his career as an anti-prostitution activist some 13 years ago.
And he used to live in an area downtown Oklahoma City that was full of prostitutes. He would be late for work sometimes, having to be stuck in the traffic of the men trying to pick up these women. And he decided to follow one of the cars, and he actually walked up on the act happening. He called the police, he filed a citizen's arrest, he went through all the motions, and when it came down to going to court, he lost.
After walking out of the courthouse after testifying against a John and a prostitute, and they were found not guilty, the prosecutor jokingly said to me, you know, Brian, I guess unless you catch it on tape, nobody's going to believe you. The next day I picked up my camera and the video vigilante was born. I think they're going to be right around this corner right here.
Brian's obsession has since taken over his life. He quit his job as a marketing manager to devote his time to catching on camera the men who use prostitutes.
It's gone from me working other jobs and doing this on the side that this really is my career now.
He is down on Robinson. He identifies who the prostitutes are. He's following people who are committing a crime and who are making it impossible for families and for the citizens to actually live and enjoy their neighborhood.
The goal has never been to eradicate it. It's been to dispel the myths and to expose people to the graphic reality of street prostitution.
But Brian's motives are not based on any religious beliefs.
I guess they just assume I'm in Oklahoma, I'm in the buckle of the Bible Belt. Not only am I religious, I must be some religious zealot out there. And it really couldn't be further from the truth.
You're busted, buddy.
No matter what your religious foundation is, you know what right and wrong is. Some people just choose to indulge it, some people choose to ignore it.
Brian claims that the main driving force behind his actions is a genuine concern for the women on the street.
My turn first.
What have you been up to?
What are you doing?
Nothing. You being careful?
Yes.
Staying out of trouble?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Staying safe anyway?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Any pimps out here giving anyone a hard time?
No.
No? Okay.
Prostitution, especially in the street form, is abuse, and the men who partake in this are partaking in the abuse of these women, in the abuse of these communities.
Still to come, the British woman who's not ashamed to call herself a gold digger.
I've got more chance of meeting somebody with money down here than I have in Sheffield. Properties are more expensive down here, so they've got to have money to buy them, haven't they?
The Californian man who's become obsessed with eating creatures whilst they're still alive.
The lobster is essentially severed in two. It's been thinly sliced, and it's kind of watching you eat itself.
And how Brian Bates's moral crusade has turned into a money-making enterprise.
He says he's doing it to clean up the streets, but in the same token, he's selling tapes. You know, how are you if you're doing this to clean up the streets, but you're selling tapes and making money off of us?
Since the 1960s, California has had a reputation as a cultural melting pot, with an ethnically diverse population and shops and restaurants to match. But one man has brought new meaning to the phrase culture shock. Eddie Lynn is a self-styled food adventurer with an appetite for the extreme.
I definitely have a taste for the bizarre.
And Gourmet Eddie has one particular gastronomic favorite.
I do get a thrill out of eating live food. It's wriggling a little bit. You know, there's definitely some kind of rush with it.
He likes his food to be so fresh, it's not even dead.
You do feel this animal fighting you and not wanting to be eaten. Makes the food even better somehow.
Eddie extols the virtues of what he calls deep-end dining via his website and blog.
If I was hungry enough and no one was looking, I would reach into that tank and just grab one of those babies and just chow down. It's kind of suburb. Yeah.
Eddie's unusual tastes were fashioned as a child.
I definitely credit my mom. She inspired this crazy obsession with just extreme foods in general, which led me to the live food. She brought us this completely undisguised, unadorned, you know, very obvious pig brain. Basically, she said, eat. The more we refused and fought it, the more she insisted, and she was like, you're not leaving this table until that brain is gone.
Following the family tradition,
thank you, Ma.
Eddie is now educating his own daughter in the delights of extreme cuisine.
Is that yummy? Is that good? No? You don't like it? It's delicious. What are you, crazy?
But even Eddie's mum has her doubts about her son's obsession with eating food that is still very much alive.
I don't like you eat the live food.
You don't like me eat the live food?
No.
But it's fresh.
I know it's fresh. It's danger to you.
Why? Because it'll...
You don't think so? It's danger, maybe some germs.
For Eddie, there is a clear philosophy behind his outwardly shocking culinary habits.
When you eat your food, you should at least recognize what the animal is. Well, I take it to even to another level where I really get to know my food. I'm not trying to deny it, that it's an animal that is gonna die, that is gonna nourish me. It is what it is, and it's not disguised as anything else. Some people say, that you can taste the animal's soul, which sounds kind of ludicrous, but there is something a little different. We humans put ourselves on this higher consciousness level. I suppose that's where the guilt should happen, but when all things are set aside, we're still at the top of the food chain, and we're eating, these animals that are basically here to nourish us.
Eddie has become evangelical about the deep-end dining experience. As well as blogging on his own website and publishing an extreme cuisine cookbook, he regularly hosts group tastings for those who wish to educate their palate.
Deep-end diners are people I've met, online who have the same passion for trying different culture foods, people who have a sense of adventure and cultural awareness and are just exploring the world through their stomach. Okay, so what we're doing today is we're hitting unique places. There's some places that are little hole in the walls and some, seafood specialty places, and other places are more, upscale on the higher end of things, but they all have at least one item that's kind of strange.
I have a certain amount of trepidation about eating these, but also I want to overcome those fears and see what is next on the menu and learn more about the world and enjoy what I eat.
Animals in the wild, they'll eat like, big fish eats little fish. Heck, if I was in a place where I could eat, where human baby was on the menu and it was legal to try it, I think I'd have to try it just to say I did it.
Eating a live animal to me sounds very scary and very challenging.
Before his students progress to live food, Eddie starts them off with balut, an Asian dish of fertilized duck egg which contains a partially developed embryo.
Okay, so who's had balut before? Anybody? Only me? Peel it away, and then take a sip, okay?
That's good, I like that. What do you think?
Pretty good.
You kind of take away the parts of the yolk. This one has barely any beak. Yours may be in different stages of development, so yours might have feathers, a beak, talons, etc. So it just you never know what you're gonna get.
You can see feathers.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
That one's good.
Dude, that's like a whole head there.
Tastes like duck.
The feeling I get from eating duck embryo is it's definitely challenging, but I don't know if it's a rush. It's more like just overcoming a fear, and that kind of gives me a lift,
How good is it?
What do you think of that? Dynamite balut.
Everyone has different thresholds,
It's a little bit a gag response.
and some people just couldn't handle it.
My body right away told me, if you eat this, you're gonna barf.
Some people just took to it like a duck to water.
That could be anything.
Next on the menu is one of Eddie's favorite live dishes, drunken shrimp.
The drunken shrimp, oh man, that's a lot of drunk shrimp.
Oh my God.
It's supposed to marinate. It's supposed to marinate in the rice wine. After it marinates for a little bit, it slowly kills them. They kind of flop around, and they get really crazy, and then they get drunk. Hence, drunken shrimp. So all you do is you separate the head from the tail, and then you suck the brine and everything from the head and whatever else is in there.
Does it come out easy?
Oh yes, it's definitely moving. Yeah, okay, let's do the head.
Twist it.
Eyeball.
For the main course, this particular restaurant's speciality, live lobster.
Yeah, it's definitely still alive. It's moving. The lobster is essentially severed in two. The tail meat has been scooped out. It's been thinly sliced and presented sashimi style and plated on the back of its tail shell. And it's kind of watching you eat itself.
After they remove the tails and cut up the meat, how long do these guys actually stay alive? Is this twitching? Are they alive?
It's still alive.
They're still
yeah.
alive. How
So
long
probably on the
do you
bed of
think?
ice, probably for an hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you think? Pretty tasty? It's good. It's fresh.
Eddie has eaten most things, but there's one seafood dish that even he's yet to try. An entire live octopus. Back in Oklahoma City, whilst most of the population are safely tucked up in bed, self-styled video vigilante Brian Bates is out on night patrol. His is a one-man mission to clean up the streets, trying to catch men using prostitutes in the act.
Okay, we've got a car that we just followed just a second ago. He's come down here in the middle of this neighborhood, and he's parked on a dead end around this corner because he thinks he can see if any cars pull up here around the side. You're busted, buddy. Can I ask why you're bringing hookers back here?
No, I'm fine.
You're fine?
Yeah.
No, it's not fine. We don't appreciate it. What are you doing there? Buttoning up your pants? No? You think you can stop picking up hookers in our neighborhood? No, you can't? You're gonna keep picking up hookers?
I can speak English, okay?
You can't speak English? That sounded pretty good.
No, yeah, yes.
So you can say $20 blowjob, is that what you can say?
No.
No? Are you gonna stay out of our neighborhood? No, you're not? Or yes, you are?
I don't know. I don't know. I can understand. Okay?
You can't understand? Do you understand? Get the hell out of here. Okay, that one worked out really good. You know, girl got out. He claims he can't speak any English. He didn't seem to understand anything I said until I said, get out of here. And then he was like, okay, and took off. So we're not going to see him down here again.
Because the acts of prostitution are taking place on public streets, Brian's filming is perfectly legal. But his intervention doesn't stop there. He publishes the video footage on his own website and licenses it elsewhere, claiming it's a deterrent to others.
Over 17 million people have seen my videos on one website alone. People want to see the wreck. Is the wreck going to be that Brian catches some fool with his pants down? What's going to happen? And then I get that email that says, wow, after watching 5 or 6 of these, I may have laughed during a bunch of them, but I finally got it. I would not want this going on in my front yard, my grandmother's front yard. Why is your city allowing this to happen? I don't feel sorry for him at all. He was, you know, basically playing with a gun and shot himself. This is basically what happened.
Brian has no qualms about publishing the names and faces of those he catches in flagrante.
You know, some of my critics actually try to use the videotape against me. Why, Brian? Why do you have to do a videotape? Why do you have to publish it? Why do you show their face? Why do you send it to their employer or to their wife? I do these over-the-top, outrageous videos on purpose. Why? It becomes the water cooler talk the next day at the office. People go, oh my God, have you seen the nut with the video camera? Go check out his website. But when you go to the website, you can't help but get the message. And the message is that prostitution really is abuse. A couple of clicks, and it's a life sentence for each one of these guys. It'll be on the internet for their friends, family, co-workers, forever.
People might think he's taking the law into his own hands. He really isn't. He's taping what he sees, what's happening in public. Brian isn't vengeful at all.
Brian's shooting technique is to publicly shame the men he catches on camera.
Here's a guy, picked up a hooker in broad daylight. Obviously a lewd act, and he obviously has a wedding ring on. So this guy's married, not to her. Are you a married man? Yes. Well, what would your wife say? What's going through your head, buddy?
Nothing. I just don't think.
I mean, can you understand why I'm out here doing this?
Yes.
If I don't scare the hell out of you guys, you just keep coming back. Our kids can't play outside. Our wives can't walk to the grocery store. Why? Because the hookers out here. Why? Because guys like you keep picking them up. It's not worth it, is it? You can get a disease, you can get arrested, you can lose your job.
I'm sorry.
Although Brian claims to have no ulterior religious motive, he takes a strong moral stance on the men who use prostitutes. For him, an apology is not enough.
They're always married. They always have children. Oftentimes their children are older than the prostitute that they picked up, and they always regret it. And unfortunately, if you get caught by me, you may just regret it the rest of your life.
But there are those who question the ethics of video vigilantism, including local law officials.
Mr. Bates is certainly handling it in a different way than police would. We're not so much interested in what's going to happen with this person's job or family or bringing them to light. But we're more concerned with the actual prosecution of the case, gathering evidence and making sure that we're following the law by the letter.
Some people have a problem with what I capture on tape, and they should, but their criticisms are misdirected. They want to shoot the messenger. I'm taping what your children would see. I'm taping what your wife or mother would walk upon if she would have been there at that moment. These aren't secluded, hidden places away from the public. They're very public places. My camera captures what's happening, and if there's anything on that film that you don't like, then why don't you address the problem? Because me turning my camera off doesn't make the prostitution go away.
And Brian has attracted more criticism because he financially profits from the videos he makes.
He says he's doing it to clean up the streets, but in the same token, he's selling tapes. You know, how are you doing this to clean up the streets, but you're selling tapes and making money off of us?
As well as licensing his footage to the media, Brian is no stranger to self-promotion. He accepts TV appearance fees and stages publicity stunts to promote his brand.
Last summer, it was all the people that had been arrested that last year. Now this one isn't all, but it's an awful lot of the men who've been arrested, and most of them have already been charged in 2008.
Brian estimates that last year his videos earned him $70,000, but he sees no contradiction in waging a moral crusade while improving his bank balance.
You get an audience of millions, and it's a global audience. This video alone, it's the 56th most viewed this week video in the United Kingdom. I do not hide from the aspect I make money at what I do. I am a brand. The Video Vigilante is a brand. Every single time I turn on the video camera, it is an opportunity for me to get my activism out there, call it propaganda, call it whatever you want. I know what it's going to take to make the most out of it.
Still to come, the British gold digger who was conned by the very man she hoped would make her rich.
Monday morning, he got up to go to work, gave me a kiss, and went to work and never come back.
Holy shit, man. This is insane.
Eddie Lynn's quest for the most extreme live food on the menu continues.
Oh, crap. Oh, my God. It's doing something to my hand.
And local opinion is divided over Brian Bates's brand of vigilantism.
I don't agree with his approach. That's why we have the police and people with authority to take care of that.
Personally, I think he's a jerk.
On his travels, writer and live food obsessive Eddie Lynn has sampled many extreme forms of cuisine. But one dish has so far eluded him: live octopus. In the past, he sampled freshly severed octopus tentacles, but never the animal as a whole. Although it's considered a Korean delicacy, live octopus is not something found on the menu in many restaurants in LA.
It's so indigenous, you know, to the culture, and so guarded that, you know, yeah, you almost need to be Indiana Jones with a multilingual background in order to get this stuff.
Few restaurants are willing to serve the dish because it carries a health warning. There is a real risk that the octopus could choke the diner to death. But following a tip from a blogger on his website, Eddie believes he's found an accommodating establishment in Koreatown.
This is our menu right here. We actually specialize in live halibut.
Oh, yeah?
And then we actually have some live octopuses too.
Do you think I could get a whole one?
We usually don't serve it like that. We usually cut it up because it is quite a big octopus.
Right. Well, can you give me their smallest one? Because I want to do it the real way. You know, I want to do the authentic way.
Yeah, I'll tell our sushi chef to make it special for you.
But having successfully ordered off menu, Eddie is having mixed feelings about what's coming next.
It's making me nervous, but I'm excited. You know, I guess I'm kind of nervous because he looks a little nervous.
It's actually a delicacy, so not a lot of Koreans eat it. Like, I never tried it whole, but I would never do it that way. I mean, that's a little too extreme.
Not everyone wants to do it. I wouldn't force anyone to do it. As well, I don't want anyone to impose their values onto me, telling me that I can't eat live food, and I wouldn't make them do it. We agree to disagree, and it just leaves more for me on the plate. You can't not have a rush right now. It's just so intense. I mean, look at this guy.
3, 2.
Holy shit, man. This is insane. Oh crap, oh my god, it's doing something to my hand. It definitely is fighting from the plate. It's hanging on to your teeth and your gums and your, you know, the roof of your mouth, anything it can stick onto. Oh, shit. Doesn't want to be eaten. In fact, it would rather kill you. If it could suffocate you by sticking to your throat, it would.
Fighting with you, aren't they?
I'm kicking my ass. The tentacles are like, and it's actually trying to gag me right now.
See, that's the reason that we don't usually serve it like this. I think you want that running away on you.
Oh. I think I'm done.
Even for Eddie, this particular living dish has proved a culinary challenge.
It's a different experience. There's nothing else like it, and, you know, that's part of why I do it.
Despite the less than satisfactory live octopus dining experience, Eddie's fascination with the world of extreme cuisine remains.
Have a great day.
I definitely enjoy the thrill of live food, so I don't think I will, you know, give this up anytime soon, at least.
Lucy Duran is a single mother of 4, and tonight she's going on a date. Lucy knows exactly what she's looking for in a man.
I'll look for somebody on possibly over £150,000 a year.
Lucy is a self-confessed gold digger, obsessed with finding a wealthy partner. Her first call, specialist websites.
You can go on other websites and you get everybody on, you know, every Tom, Dick and Harry. I just want somebody wealthy.
For Lucy, happiness can be measured in material things.
I want to drive nice cars, I want nice clothes, I want to eat in fancy restaurants, a house in the country, holiday in a 5-star plus hotel, be weighted on hand and foot. Swimming pool would be nice, even though I don't swim. I wouldn't like to say it were a shopping list, I'd just like to say they were nice gifts.
Lucy's search for a man of means began after her 14-year marriage broke down. She became aware that the modest income from her bar job was never going to fund the lifestyle she craved.
I can't work for that money. Working behind a bar ain't gonna make me money. That's $5.95, please. Yeah, I could probably get a better job, but I've got to get a job that fits in with kids as well, because obviously I'm the only thing they've got. So I've got to be there for them as well, so I've got to work around them.
Believing that the opportunities to meet a wealthy man in her native Sheffield were limited, Lucy moved her family south to Milton Keynes.
I've got more chance of meeting somebody with money down here than I have in Sheffield. Because obviously it's closer to London, so there's a lot of people with money in London. Properties are more expensive down here, so they've got to have money to buy them, haven't they?
Even before she's met the man of her dreams, Lucy is doing her best to live the life she'd like to become accustomed to. She owns a sports car, albeit one that's 12 years old.
I've always had nice cars. I wouldn't drive about in a mini metro, I'd rather walk.
And she has 2 thoroughbred horses.
I love horses, and as things are going, I wouldn't like to part with them. I'd like somebody to help me keep them.
Through a website, Lucy has found a wealthy man who she hopes will meet her expectations. Tonight, she's going on a date with Jordan, who claims to work in the entertainment industry and to be worth over £1 million.
On a site such as Gold Diggers, I kind of, in a ironic sense, know where I stand. My conventional relationships have never worked out, so why not go on such a site?
But will he be the millionaire of her dreams?
Hi, good evening.
If I was going out on a date, it'd have to be the nice car and the nice clothes. It's got to be very nicely presented.
Good to meet you.
Likewise. You've got to have nice shoes. Then there's the watch and the wallets. What make they are.
Hungry? I'm starving.
I'm nervous.
Nervous?
Yeah.
About meeting me? Really?
As on any first date, the conversation is a little stilted.
I'm going to tell you now, you do not look your age.
Thank you.
And as the evening continues, Lucy begins to suspect that her date is not quite the sophisticated man about town he claims to be.
So, have you ever been to Benares before? I think this is a 5-star Michelin. It's been awarded the stars of the Michelin zone.
But the highest Michelin star rating for any restaurant is 3 stars. Lucy's suspicions about Jordan appear to have been confirmed.
So I feel there's something there what's not quite right. The questions I ask, he cannot answer. They go into a long story and then they lead off into somewhere else and never actually answers the question.
And what was the original question?
No, I don't think he's the one to fund the lifestyle that I need.
The date ends in disappointment. For Lucy, it's not the first time she's felt let down. Her obsession with landing a wealthy catch has caused her emotional and financial hardship in the past.
I thought I'd found somebody genuine, and somebody's just made an absolute fool out of me.
Still to come, an occupational hazard for video vigilante Brian Bates.
And as I'm approaching the vehicle out in the field, the doors open up and 3 black males get out, and they were her pimps.
And how Lucy Duran's mistakenly believed she'd found love.
We went and put a deposit down on this £500,000 house. It was just a fairy tale, some knight in shining armour has come to rescue me.
Self-confessed gold digger Lucy Duran's has dedicated herself to finding a man wealthy enough to take care of all her needs. But her obsession has cost her dearly. In 2007, she met a Turkish businessman on an internet dating site. He claimed to be the managing director of a Windsor-based company, earning £80,000 a year. To Lucy, he seemed to be her ideal man.
First impressions, nice car, brand spanking new car, nicely dressed, designer clothes, very polite, genuine guy.
After a successful first date, the relationship quickly got serious.
On the 3rd time we met, I wanted him to meet my children.
I thought he was a decent guy, seemed really nice, and I really did take to him.
We decided that we were going to build a life together. He moved in with us. Just a couple of weeks later, he moved in with us. We went and put a deposit down on this just over £500,000 house.
After they'd been together for 6 months, he asked Lucy to marry him. The couple appeared to be perfectly matched.
It was just a fairy tale, some knight in shining armour has come to rescue me.
I was happy because I thought he was a decent guy for her, and I saw that she was happy with him. He told me that I was going to be his future daughter, and I could look up to him as a dad.
I didn't want a big wedding, but I didn't want to registrar either, so we went for a little sort of manor house.
My mum on the wedding day seemed really, really happy, and it was all smiles all day, so I thought they both turned into one.
But at the wedding, things weren't quite picture perfect.
I sent out all the invitations, obviously, to my family and his family, but only my family came.
Just 48 hours into her marriage, Lucy's life was turned upside down.
The Monday morning, he got up to go to work, gave me a kiss, left me some money on the side, which were £9.50, and went to work and never come back.
Lucy's hopes of a new life were dashed, and she realised that she'd been conned.
I had a few texts, which I can't remember exactly what they said. But then he went over to Turkey, to Istanbul.
It turned out that her husband had only really been interested in her money. In 6 months, Lucy lost all her life savings.
It's probably cost me altogether about just over 16,000. So he'd actually ripped me off for that money and just kept it. I suppose I was sucked in, but then again, he's good at it because he sucked my family in as well, and my friends.
In hindsight, Lucy realised that the telltale signs had been there from the very beginning.
If we'd went to a big posh restaurant, I mean, this happened on a couple of occasions, he'd order all this food and keep it coming and keep it coming. And then when it come to paying, his card wouldn't work. So I ended up paying for that. And then we'd go someplace and he'd put petrol in his car and he'd go in to pay and then say, oh, I forgot my wallet, can you just pay for this? Then you go, yeah, of course I can. You know, you don't even think about that this guy's trying to rip me out and rip me off. Basically, all I could see with this, I'm going to get this house at end of day. And my kids are going to be secure. They're going to have an home to call their own. Instead of renting this and renting that, they're going to have actually something that's stable. So that's all I just look forward to. And that's what I focused on all the way through.
Despite the irony of losing her savings in the pursuit of financial security, Lucy hasn't lost hope of finding Mr. Right.
If I'd have sat down and felt sorry for myself, I'd have never got back up. It's like you've got to get back up because your kid's there. You've got to build them back up. You've got to, you know, put a front on for them, so to speak.
And she intends to continue searching for a wealthy partner until she finds one.
If you put £1 on lottery this week and you don't win, you do it again next week. And because I didn't win this time, doesn't mean to say I'm not going to win next time.
For the last 13 years, video vigilante Brian Bates has dedicated himself to shaming the men who use prostitutes.
You're busted, buddy.
Driving them out of his neighborhood.
Do you understand? Get the hell out of here.
And publishing their indiscretions for the world to see on the internet.
A couple of clicks, and it's a life sentence for each one of these guys. It'll be on the internet for their friends, family, co-workers, forever.
Today, Brian is out on morning patrol.
The area that we're going to, they call it the stroll. It's called the stroll because that's where all the hookers stroll up and down the street looking to get picked up.
Brian's crusade takes him to some of the most dangerous areas of Oklahoma City, where the street prostitutes are protected by their pimps.
Here we have a prostitute right here in front of us that's working. Possibly another one. Situation like this, we've got a lot of cars driving back and forth. We've got at least 2 girls, you know, less than a block away. A lot of times I'll switch to a smaller camera that doesn't stick out as much, so when the Johns drive by, they don't realize that there's someone in here taping, because they will warn each other and let each other know, you know, that I'm out here and that I'm taping and that they could get caught.
There is a dangerous side to what he does. Every time he goes out, every time he approaches a vehicle, you don't know what's going to happen, and I do worry.
On this occasion, Brian follows the men to a local hotel.
So we've got at least 3 Hispanic males with the 1 prostitute up there. 2 of them are waiting outside while one of them's inside with her, and then they'll probably just switch off. Well, we've got the guys going down to their van, so this may be over with fairly quickly. The 3rd guy's in the room.
With 3 men involved, Brian decides that discretion is the better part of valor, and this time remains in his car.
People that are caught with their pants down are very unpredictable, and what I do is exceptionally dangerous. I've routinely had the Johns or pimps try to use their vehicle as a weapon and try to strike me with it. I've had plenty of pimps threaten me. I've had weapons pulled from time to time, but nobody's ever acted out or made good on their threats. You know, probably the scariest situation I ever got into was I had followed a prostitute and her customer to a remote area. And as I'm approaching the vehicle out in the field, the doors open up and 3 black males get out, and they were her pimps. And they had set me up. They had lured me out into this area. And I really thought, you know, this could be the big one. Something could really happen at this point. And so I'd called my wife and told my wife that, you know, there were 3 males. I had been set up. I'm in the middle of this field. I may not be able to get back to my car. Fortunately, they could tell I was on my cell phone, and I think they were very fearful that I'd probably called the police. And so they ended up retreating and got in their car and took off, and I've never seen them again.
There is always that thought in the back of your head that you might get that phone call and he's been hurt. And you have to wonder, is it worth it? Would it be worth what my husband does to lose his life or to be badly injured? Because I'm not sure which is worse, living your life to be safe and not experiencing it fully, or going out there and actually trying to make a difference and taking the chance that you could get hurt.
Whatever Brian's motives, the local police force are not convinced that his actions are any deterrent to street prostitution.
There's no data that suggests that his activity has put a dent in the crime of prostitution in Oklahoma. He's not a trained evidence collector. Oftentimes with people who are going out and videotaping somebody and turning a videotape over to us, all you're getting is tape of somebody having sex. But we don't know exactly what the transaction was between them. We don't know what the understanding was. We're missing a critical piece of the puzzle there to prosecute a case.
In the neighborhoods that he's targeted, reaction from the local residents has also been mixed.
Well, I think he's doing a good job. I mean, and there's nobody else out here doing it. We can't seem to get the police out here to do that.
I think it's a great idea what he's doing. If a guy goes out and prostitutes, I think he gets what he deserves.
I think he's gone too far. I think he's overstepped the bounds and he's trying to take the law into his own hands, and I think he just needs to back off. Personally, I think he's a jerk.
I don't agree with his approach. I think there'd probably be a easier way and a more efficient way to maybe stamp out some of that activity. That's why we have the police and people with authority to take care of that.
Brian Bates has also made enemies among the very prostitutes that he claims to be trying to help.
He still bothers me. He still films me. He still harasses me. Everybody he sees me in the corner with, he either calls their family or he calls their boss. He's making my life miserable. All I ask is that he leave me alone. I've left him alone. All I ask is that he leave me alone and let me go on about my business.
Whether his mission is a selfless crusade to clean up the streets or simply a money-making enterprise, one thing remains clear. Brian Bates has no intention of stopping.
There's really only one constant. That's me and the prostitutes out on Robinson. If these prostitutes were out working in front of City Hall or working in front of the mayor's home, then it would become their priority to clean it up. And while the city wants to sweep it under the rug, I keep dragging it back out again.